Hey you. Yeah, you watching the video, drop a like right now and follow my socials. Well, not my socials per se. Greens. He has a lisp and he doesn't want to make this intro himself, so yeah, here we go.
Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Cal, and today I'm finally coming at you with the long-awaited video of how to record player cinematics on Valorant. A lot of people have been asking me to do this video because there's no theater mode on Valorant, so I guess a lot of people are confused on how to do it. It's really, really easy, and I'm going to show you that today. So basically, the way I do it is I get a friend. It's going to be kind of hard for some of you editors because I know you don't have friends, but I have my Australian friend Toby in here in the game with me, and you both go on the same team. You have to make sure that the options, you turn on cheats, you allow cheats. It's not super important, but it does, you do need to have that on. And then yeah, you just start up your game on whatever map you want. So I'm going to record a cinematic on Hayden. Start the game, and the person who's recording the cinematic, so me, I'm going to choose Brimstone, and the person who is recording the cinematic chooses whatever character you want the cinematic to be. So for this example, we're going to use Jet. So Toby is going to pick Jet, and we're going to start up this game on Haven. And now that the game started, you just want to go into your cheats and make sure you turn on pausing the match timer. You end the game phase, so the walls for the buy round go down, and then just turn everything else on for good measure. So the next thing you want to do is go to wherever you want the cinematic to be. So for example, we're going to come over to A. It's going to be a little tricky because we're going to do it in real time, but basically we're going to come over here, and when I say go, Toby is just going to walk down like this. Just walking down towards the orb. So the first thing I have to do is go to my crosshair settings, and I have to turn off my crosshair. So you just go to the line opacity and turn it down to 0, and then the outline, you also want to turn that down to 0. And now that I don't have a crosshair, I'm going to pull out the stim beacon and crouch. Okay, now that your crosshair's off, you can see you have like this nice little area to record. Basically what you're going to want to do is go to general settings, and then down to hide user interface in game, turn that on, and it'll get rid of all the HUD. And then when I say go, Toby's just gonna walk forward, and I'm gonna back up and kind of replicate what he's doing. I usually turn my DPI down to 400, so it's really nice and slow and smooth. And then all you're gonna have to worry about is this little brimstone thing along the bottom. Okay, and then go. You're just going to slowly do your cinematic, whatever you want it to be. You just flashback record it, or you use your recording software like I just did. I'm going to flashback it, and then you've got your cinematic. It's kind of hard for cinematics like deaths. You can't really do deaths too well, so for those, I usually just like leave a dead body on the ground or whatever and record that. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how you record cinematics in this game. If you want a map cinematic, I have a lot of those. You just do the same thing with the maps. So like, if you look up here and I'm walking, kind of turn like that. Whatever you want. You can do it for pretty much every place on the map. Really, really easy to do. And yeah, that's basically it. You can also go into observer mode. I'll show you guys that real quick. You still need a friend for this to go into observer, because you have to observe somebody. Like, I can't start a game on my own, so I'll have to get my friend Toby to rejoin the game real quick. But yeah, for observer mode, it's really easy. Do the same thing. You turn off all the HUD. So when you go to observer, you need your friend to go to the pause menu and turn off cheats. So you have to go to cheats, and you have to pause the game timer, end the game phase, so it's no longer the buy round. And then in your bind settings, you go to controls, you go to interface. Yeah, so you'll have your toggle free camera and observer thing. So I have mine set to V. So just set it to whatever you want, hit V. And then here you are, you can fly around the map. So this one's a little harder because there is no controller support in the game. So you basically just need to fly around with the arrow keys and the mouse. It's a lot quicker than I'd like it too. So yeah, hopefully they add controller support to the game in the near future, so this is really easy. Or they just add like a dolly camera mode. But yeah, basically you can just fly around. It's really easy. You gotta be wary of seeing teammates through walls and seeing the bomb through walls. So maybe you want to go as the offensive team or whatever in the future. But yeah, it's really easy to do. They just fly around and record them this way. This way is the easiest method, because you don't need to crop anything out. Like, you just record what's on your screen. It's all completely blank. But for the other method with Brimstone, I'm going to show you guys in After Effects now how to really easily crop that and make it much easier to use for cinematics, and how to like edit cinematics on Valorant basically. Okay, so here we are in After Effects for the second part of the tutorial. Basically, I have my clip here that I flashback recorded, and it's just this clip of Toby walking forward. So all you want to do to basically fix this is you go to the end of your flashback. So when I got the cinematic recorded, that's just right here. So I go to roughly the end of where I want the cinematic to end, and I press N on the keyboard. I go to the beginning of the cinematic, right where the movement starts. So right when Toby starts walking, and I press B on the keyboard. I zoom in on this thing and I right click. I click trim comp to work area. So now the composition starts at the beginning of the cinematic and ends at the end of the cinematic. And basically you're just going to hit S for scale, turn it up to like 133 maybe. You're just gonna keep scaling it up until you get rid of the stuff on the bottom and still have a full screen. So right here, I'm almost there. Let's go a little further. 153, maybe that'll do the trick. Yeah, that works. And yeah, now you have your nice little cinematic. It's not perfect, it's not an ideal method. Hopefully they do add a theater mode in the future, but until they do, this is how I've been getting player cinematics. It's a little complicated, and like I said, you need a friend. Might be hard for some of you editors with no friends. I respect it. But yeah, that's basically all you gotta do to record player cinematics in Valorant. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you want to see another tutorial, just leave me comments on what you want to see in the next tutorial, and the highest rated comment, I will do that tutorial. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.